In today's video, we are making keto egg rolls. Let me show you how simple this is going to be. We're using just a simple keto egg roll in a bowl recipe. If you don't have one, I'll leave mine right up here. To make these egg rolls, we're just going to go with the keto egg roll in a bowl recipe. And then we're going to be using the flatbreads from Cut the Carb. If you have not tried them, you definitely want to give them a try. I'll go ahead and link their website down below. I don't get anything from having you go there or anything. I'm just leaving their information. They do make these fresh to order. They are not sold in stores, so definitely check out their website. I do have a review video also that I did on them, so I will leave that linked down below too, just in case you're interested in finding out more information about the company. So I'll go ahead and leave it, but let's go ahead and move on to the recipe. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start off by making the egg roll in a bowl, and then once that's done, we can wrap the egg rolls. Alright guys, so to start off, I'm going to add some avocado oil to my pan. You can use whatever oil you normally use. This is super lean ground beef, and that's the only reason I'm adding oil to it. Plus, I'm going to need a little bit of oil to saute my onions and stuff. So however you normally like to do it, go ahead and do it like that. So I'm just going to let this start browning a little bit. Okay, so now here, I cut up a green onion, and I just used half of the green onion, like where the white part is. And I'm just going to saute that into the oil. And my pan just happens to be big enough to where I could just set it to the side and put it in like that. But however you normally like to do it, I'm also adding in some minced garlic. If you have a lot of fat on your meat and then you normally drain your meat, then you might not want to do it like this. You might just want to brown your ground beef first and then set it to the side, or however you normally like to do it. Alright, and I'm just going to actually let it cook just a little bit, and then we can just go ahead and mix it in and let it cook together. Okay, so now that our ground beef has been cooking for a few minutes, it's not done yet, but it is getting to the point where it's getting nice and brown. And I'm starting off by adding in some black pepper here. And then here I have some ground ginger. But whatever kind of ginger you normally use, whether it's the paste or the fresh ginger, whatever is fine. Alright, now go ahead and mix it all in. You can salt at this point if you want to salt your food, but I don't salt it because I'm using liquid aminos in this, and that's pretty much salty already, and it's enough salt for me. So just make sure that you salt to taste. I would highly recommend, though, not adding salt till the very end, or at least until after you add your liquid aminos or soy sauce or whatever it is that you're using, just to make sure. I'm adding in some sesame oil. And then here I have some rice vinegar. If you don't have rice vinegar, I mean, you can even use like apple cider vinegar or something if you have that. And then here I am using liquid aminos. So whether you're using liquid aminos, soy sauce, or coconut aminos, that's totally up to you. Then just go ahead and mix it all in. And then we're basically just going to kind of let it brown a little bit, just until the meat is cooked a little bit more and we know that it's cooked through. Once we've gotten to that point, we're going to add in our cabbage. I'm just using this prepackaged coleslaw mix. So it's kind of like the tri-color coleslaw, I think they call it. So whichever one that you prefer. But this is like a 14-ounce bag, and I'm just going to add in the entire bag. At first, it's going to look like you're adding in way too much, and this is way too much coleslaw for this 1 pound of ground beef that you have. But trust me, it's going to be fine. It's going to cook down a little bit, and then it's going to mix in perfectly. Okay, so now all we're going to do is we're just going to mix it all in together, just to kind of let the seasonings cover not only the meat, but the coleslaw too, and then we're just going to kind of let it sit there and let it cook down. So just go ahead and, you know, as it cooks down, just keep mixing it in with the ground beef just to make sure that the flavor does get all over the coleslaw. You definitely don't want your meat full of flavor and then your coleslaw to taste like nothing. So just keep mixing it in until you have a good combination here. So this is what it should look like once it's done. Alright, so now let's get out our cut the carb flatbreads, and all we're going to do is we're just going to cut them into 4 pieces, and that is going to be what we're using to make our egg rolls. So that's what the egg roll in the bowl looks like. Let's take our flatbread, and we're just going to get a pizza cutter, and I'm going to slice it one way down the middle, and then I am going to cut it the other way down the middle. It's as simple as that. Now I have done it other ways too. I've rolled them into like a diamond, like where they're a perfect square, you know, just like real egg wraps are for egg rolls. But I just felt like they came out better this way. And I mean, either way, it's fine. Whichever way you do it. They do come out a lot smaller, so they're harder for me to roll. And I just didn't do very well with them that way. But if you can roll them that way, you can roll them any way that you want. But let's go ahead and get a few of these cut up, and then we can start rolling them up. Okay, so now we are going to basically just lay our pieces down and start rolling our egg rolls. I'm going to be adding them to the pan as I show you. So this egg roll here, we're just going to use like a small kitchen spoon. You want to put them at the end of the flatbread piece that's closest to you, and then it's just easiest this way for me. And then what you want to do is you just want to start rolling it upwards. And then I have some water here. I'm just going to dip my finger in the water, or you can use a brush, whatever you want. And then just go ahead and lay some along the edge of the flatbread piece. And this is just going to help seal the egg roll shut for frying. So I'm adding in these ones to the pan as I go. I'm frying them in some oil. And this is what they look like so far. So once they're done, you know, go ahead and watch them, flip them. You don't want to cook them on too high because then they will burn. So, you know, do like medium, low, medium. And then, you know, it's going to depend on your burner too. The one I'm using right now heats up pretty fast. So I have mine on like medium, low. So as they're done, go ahead and set them to the side. And I mean, that's pretty much it, guys. We are pretty much done. These are going to be our egg rolls. Alright guys, they're done. Here I have my homemade keto sweet chili sauce that I'm dipping them in, and let's find out how it tastes. Alright guys, so the egg rolls are done. They look delicious. Let me just show you how they came out. Alright, here we go. They make quite a bit. Now, you don't have to make these many all the time, but I mean, it would be like a good party platter if you're having like, you know, people over, you're looking for an appetizer. But other than that, this is something really easy that you can do with a leftover egg roll in a bowl if you have it. Let's go. Nice crunch too. Oh my god. These are so good. This is definitely an easy thing that you can do if you're looking for an appetizer that you want to bring to someone's house. Like even non-keto people will love this. I'm telling you right now. So that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you on the next one.